Today is Wednesday, January 9. This is Highway 8 in Kitchener, Ontario. It's pretty cold today, -3 Celsius, very bad wind. So about 28 Fahrenheit. And a few things happened today. First of all, I decided to use my computer instead of filling out that IFTA, sheet by hand, because it involves a lot of calculations, just basically totally meaningless, unnecessary, but like dozens and dozens of, additions, divisions, stuff like that. And I try to use my, open office, which is kind of like Excel, and that sped up things so, enormously. So I was able to do the whole IFTA, like I did the preliminary things yesterday when I counted all my miles by jurisdiction from my journal, and then I added up all the fuel purchases. I need them in liters because my reporting is in Canada and it's all metric. So yesterday I got all my miles by the state, no, kilometers by the state in liters. And today I just finished filling out this thing, and I just, instead of filling out the piece of paper, I just did my own spreadsheet, and I went to my truck. I used my printer to print it out, and on the sheet supplied by the IFTA I said, see attached, sign it, boom, and it's like $102 I owe them, 102 Canadian. Okay, hold on, what did I... Just trying to see. All right, I got the key. So the second thing happened in the morning. I went to the dealer, and they said it'll take an hour to remove those plastic protectors. And then I went. I had some coffee, and then they came and got me. They didn't even bother to wash anything. And they just took everything off right there, and so I like how they kind of like spice, added some spice to the car, but of course that's how it's supposed to look. And because they didn't wash it, I went and got a wash for the car, but you can still see this, you see? So basically I just need to get some cleaner and clean it. That's where these protectors were. See, it's not a scratch, it's just that, but you see what happens, you see over here, it's actually, you can see it's a little bit scratched, because they're moving. And that's, actually no, now it's disappearing. No, yeah, it's not a scratch. But anyway, that's what happens when you keep them for a long time. Then there's definitely will be some traces. My wheels, by the way, check this out. Black and steel, beautiful. And here they are. I put them on sale online. A couple of guys actually contacted me. That's all it is, see? And look, right here it says to be removed by dealer. Do you see this? To be removed by dealer. There's a sign. And that's all. There was like 2 clips. It was sitting like this, right? And I just saved them because some guys like them, You never know. All right, let me get back into my. Check this out. How you can close the locks. You just push this, and then if I put my hand under, it opens. All right, actually this is my room, and so I want to go around, and then I can come in here and grab stuff from my car. I have something else to show you guys. There was another delivery today. One is missing, but one is here. Jesus, very cold.
Dear guest, I would like to inform you that I have come to clean your room, but the D&D sign was on your door. If you still wish to have your room clean.
No, that's why the sign is there. Sorry for the mess. This is kind of like my kitchen. See, so that's what I'm doing my shakes. I love this stuff. Unsweetened, 25 calories for 250 ml. You know, it's like no dairy, no nothing. I just mix it in here and then add this stuff. You know, I love this stuff. And then I got this at Walmart, 12 bucks. So $4 Canadian, I think, for one, like 3 US. And we're gonna have some tea because I bought some nice herbal tea. But the news I wanted to share. Oh boy, who threw this on the floor? I wonder. The news I wanted to share is that I finally got one of the mufflers. There it is. For some reason, the one from California arrived earlier than so it's Flowmaster 1351210. So Pro Series Shorty muffler. I just wanted to show you guys how it looks like, and we're gonna see if it's gonna fit. Wow. That's a serious muffler. Wow. Jeez. So it's pretty heavy. So it's 3.5 inches in, 3.5 inches out, but it's not one of those old style, you know, mufflers with you see it has like cone. It has one cone in here and then another cone in here, and that's why they called hash power. Like very dirty. I don't know what it is. Oh wow, look at this. This thing probably has been sitting on the shelf for a very long time, because actually these are discontinued, you know. You cannot buy them from Flowmaster anymore. And on the Flowmaster website, they're listed for $100 US. But it says out of stock, discontinued. So I had to buy them at $150 on Amazon. But I just wanted to show you guys. So the plan is, see, just to take this one off, to take this resonator off, and put this one somewhere, somehow squeeze it in there, you know. And of course, I'm waiting for the second one. And then when I have two of them, I can go and do this, and I can remove. Hold on, where is my key? Oh, here we go. And I can it's like high-tech security over here. So yeah, when I have two of them, right, then I can go and do that whole thing, everything together. So we're gonna cut the factory mufflers near the engine and install a straight pipe in there. And the guy has it. He has mandrel bending, everything. And then in the back, I'm gonna cut the pipe and extend it to 3.5 inch, right? And then put that one in, and they will have to modify that pipe, of course, because yeah, this one is bigger. Because of this, I forgot that, you know, this is 12 inches, but this one, of course, it's what, a couple of inches more. So it's much bigger than the resonators, but they're pretty heavy, you know. But see, it says Flowmaster. What else we have here? But that's what I decided to go with. So because this is a big, because I would not, you know, normally a muffler like this would create a lot of drone because of the large diameter, but the majority of the system, pretty much all of the system, no, let's say 85% of the piping will be 2 3/4, you know, and only the last couple of feet we're gonna expand it to 3.5. And another thing why I'm positive that that it would not be too loud is because, first of all, these mufflers, they call them hush power, because they're very quiet. You know, it's like moderate sound, even though the performance wise they're like a performance muffler based on their racing models, but they're quiet. But of course it's a shorty. Like the regular one is about, I think it's about 18 inches long. Then that one, of course, this one of course is louder, because it's the shorter it is, the louder it is, right? But also this car has active exhaust, right? There's sensors over there on each pipe, and I'm not gonna touch them. I'm not gonna touch any cats. Everything is gonna be legal by the book. But the active exhaust means that even if this was a super aggressive muffler, you will still not hear it at full, you know, decibels, unless you push the throttle into the floor, and that's where this active exhaust sensor activates. Basically, only then it opens the entire, you know, exhaust. And so it's great. So basically, the system can sense, you know, if you want to drive like slowly and accelerate like in a gentlemanly manner, then it's quiet. If you want to step on it and you're somewhere on the track, it's going to be loud. And that's why I decided to go with a bigger diameter, for, you know, to increase the flow a little bit in the very end. I know that it's going to cool down, but last couple of feet I don't think it's going to matter, because of course you cannot put this would be too bad if I went with a 3.5 at the engine. But in the very back, I think it's going to be cool. And I don't care about the tips. I just, whatever these guys have, you know, when I have the second one, I'll book an appointment at this custom exhaust shop in Hamilton. And whatever they have, if they have those cool quad tips, I'll go with those. If not, you know, it's kind of like a performance car. In the back, as you can see, the back is all black over there, right? So I think even something black, like a black pipe, like even like this, you know, stainless 3.5 inch stainless, you know, tip, I don't care. I think black would look cool, because see, now I only have 2 colors on this truck, on the car, right? So black and white. Well, except, you know, of course, some dark red on the lights. But so the car is slowly taking shape, you know. But yeah, I drove today, and again I feel the difference. You know, that cold air intake, you know, does work. But I think the trick is, and what some guys miss, is that you have to make sure you disconnect the battery before installing this, so that the computer can relearn, you know. Because some videos online are saying that, oh yeah, it's useless because you have a computer, and yeah, racing guys do it because they have tuners. Basically, it's worthless without a tune. That's all such BS, you know, because all you have to do is disconnect the battery, and then the computer will calculate, you know, based on your new airflow. So computers in these cars are very smart nowadays. So don't listen to that BS. If you get a car like this, I definitely recommend this particular air raid. I know, it's so much air, you know, it's perfect. And so that was upgrade 1, there's going to be upgrade 2. Okay, and oh, sorry, I forgot to decrease the scale. You probably just were looking at my nose or ear or something. And yeah, now I see I'm shaved, looking good. I'm doing my weight loss program and not taking any alcohol since December 12th. Gave it up completely. And started talking to some brokers today. A guy had a load in New Jersey going back to Ontario, and we agreed on the price, but he didn't put down, like, there's no description of what it is. I look at the dimensions look good, like something 11 feet tall, you know, like 11 feet wide, something like that, but it says length 39 feet. And usually I don't even look at that because the guy requested LB again, or RGN. He didn't say, you know, extendable. And then we started exchanging emails, and I thought I had it, that I would just go empty to New Jersey. And he says, oh, so yeah, that's fine. So you have an extendable, right? I said, extendable? No, I just have 26 in the well. No extendable. You didn't ask for an extendable in your listing, you know, like these brokers. And then there was another load. I gave a quote to a guy from like Northern Ontario. So basically, I would need to drive empty 4 hours, you know, 240 miles, pick up something and take it to nearby US, I think it was New Jersey again. And I gave the guy the price because his price was too low. I said, I know it's much more than what you're asking, but if you cannot find anybody, just keep me on your, you know, in reserve. And then last but not least, I talked to a guy who had a power only, you know, power only, but actually one of those were that I'm interested in doing because they want a 4-axle. Oh, the guy's holding some hay over there. Yeah, they need a 4-axle truck. It's something heavy, some kind of industrial machine on its own chassis, you know, like a trailer and machine all like together. And they want a 4-axle truck, but it's 1,000 miles away from me. 1,000 miles away. In Iowa somewhere, basically, no, Wisconsin, somewhere there. Basically, it's 1,000 miles that way, and it goes right back here into my area. So it's 2,000 miles. So and plus it's oversized, you know. And I said, here's what I want, because this is my full week of work. And they're like, oh geez, that's much more than we were prepared to pay. And I said, well, I understand. Like, again, keep me in reserve. If you cannot find anybody local who wants to go to Canada for, you know, for this kind of money, let me know. I'll just, you know, bobtail over there and do it. Oh, and there was another load yesterday. Actually, I also talked to a guy. He posted on my load board like a big number. He just posted the price. So it was the same machine like what I took to Florida, and turns out now these guys are doing like a demonstration because it's a new model. So they were looking for a carrier to take that machine, that stupid burner on tracks, to, you know, western US. And if you do this, basically your truck will be tied up until the February 8th. So basically like 5 weeks. And you have to go there, unload, they do demonstration, then go reload, go to another place, let's say Oregon, then Washington, back to Oregon. And then the last one was like California. And right away I said, oh, I'm sorry. I said, I cannot go to California because my truck is not certified for California, and it's too difficult to get that like the truck is okay, like emissions wise, it's all legal for California, but it has to be inspected. I don't want to deal with it. And then the guy says, maybe you can just do it. Can you just do like everything before California, like, you know, Oregon, Washington, Oregon? And I said, yeah, I can probably do that. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, a broker, freight broker, and he says, check with them if they're gonna unload this machine, or if you just do the demonstration when it's on your trailer. Because if they unload it and then you reload it, then it becomes like, you know, cabotage, you know, like interstating. And I'm like, shoot, I forgot about that, you know. And so I emailed the guy and I said, do you plan on unloading? And he didn't even answer, because then I see the load was gone. But that's what, like, so it's the same shipper, right? And if it's demonstration, I'm thinking, I remember that machine, it had like other parts, right? There's conveyor and stuff like that, so probably it will be all inside again. And I said, you guys realize it should be one piece, right? I said, I had problems last time. And they said, yeah, no, we've been doing this for 14 years. We specialize in heavy haul, the broker says. But I'm thinking, how are they going to demonstrate how that machine works without all these extra parts? So basically, this shipper, the shipper who's shipping this machine, does not seem to be aware of the trucking regulations. And then the second thing they're not aware of is the U.S. immigration laws, right? So basically, for somebody to do it the way they want to do it, with unloading, reloading, the driver has to be American, okay? So it has to be American driver, pick it up here, take it over there, do all that, then it's fine. But a Canadian, you know, I can only take it from here to the first stop. So I could do, and actually that's what I did. Like my last email to this guy was, I said, I can do this. It was like 2,300 miles. I said, I can take this machine to Oregon, 2,300 miles. Here's my rate. And the guy disappeared. So anyway, so that's what's happening. So I'm pretty much ready to start trucking. But Thursday is a sacred day, as they say. Святой день. For SERGEI. For I'm not planning. I don't plan on working tomorrow. This was coming. This one was like, I bought two of these, right? From the same website, from the same Amazon.com, and they showed 3 in stock, right? But for some reason they were not in the same warehouse. So this was sitting in California, actually where Flowmaster is, right? But the second one is coming from Wisconsin, which is 3 times closer. But I think Wisconsin, probably they're using like maybe ground, you know, shipping. I don't know, but see, it's still not here. And I checked the tracking every day, and it says on the way to the pickup or delivery or something like that. Like there's no towns, no cities. I just see that it crossed into Canada, but it doesn't tell me where it is. And so if I get it tomorrow, then I'll definitely try to get that you know, exhaust done tomorrow, if those guys in Hamilton will have time. So that would be the best gift to myself on my birthday. Anyway, so that's a quick update from Kitchener, Ontario. Thanks for watching. Captain SERGEI out.